Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. I hope that you're enjoying the series. I'll put the link in the description below to the entire series if you'd like to catch up on any videos that you missed or start from the beginning. Enjoy. All right, folks, we're about a half an hour before market close on Tuesday, August 17th. We're going to check in on the account. So it's been a pretty rough day on my end, and I'll kind of explain why, which is why I jumped in here early, and then we'll set up the trades for overnight. So down a lot today, and it didn't have to be this way, but let me take you through what happened. Now, I got beat up pretty bad on the overnight plays that I had last night. You see here, POW 706 to 701, FUV 1391 to 1186, 10 cent 893 to 778, and then IDEX 221 to 210. So all of the earnings plays from last night were losers and were closed out as such. Now, what I took during the day today was this Palantir 2-call position weekly options expiring on Friday, $25 calls. And let me take you through what happened and how I really screwed the pooch on this one. So I would have taken these back here. Let me show you the setup that I saw. So let me get rid of, which one do I want to get rid of first? I want to get rid of the green so you can see what's going on here. Okay, now this yellow is a Fib retracement. So what I saw this morning was this run up, and then I was tracking a retracement that I saw gain sort of a floor here at the 78.6 retracement level, and then it had a bullish crossover. That's where I took my position. And then I ended up averaging down somewhere along the way in here. Because I actually think that I took the position up a little bit further when this 20 was crossing over. We can actually just see here when the order was filled. So the first Palantir buy was at 9:45, and then the second one was at 10:26. So 9:45 and 10:26. So 9:45. Okay, so, oh right, this is what happened. 9:45, I grabbed it here as it was running up, and then I averaged back down at 10:26 when I saw what I had just explained happen. And so I grabbed the other one here and averaged down. Now, my plan at that point, because I thought, okay, so this is an obvious retracement level for it to be kicking off of, so maybe there's an extension play here. So then I had put in the Fib Extension Levels, and this is where I really screwed up. So I put in the extension. Oh, I hate it when it does this. This is just a weird desktop app thing. Okay, so 2385 up to 2448 was the run up here. And then it came back down, and this is what I was saying was going to be the bottom. So look at these numbers in green. I was looking for a 100% retracement level, and as we see, it fell just a penny shy of that, right? But that should have indicated to me to sell out. What happened was I was watching it. I got busy with work. I saw that it wasn't quite reaching it yet, and I just sort of got into my work and ignored it, and then didn't come back and see what was happening until it was down around, it was close to 11:30, so it was probably around here. And at that point, I should have taken this out. At this point, my profit would have been probably about 15% on the averaged down options. And instead, it's just bled down throughout the day. So this is the really bad habit that I had mentioned that I had, where I will tend to lock in profits too soon, but then let losses, I hold on to losses far too long. And so now at this point, I'm down on these contracts, and I'm down 34%. Luckily, it's just a fraction of my account, right? I still have $63 in cash, but pretty catastrophic day. But basically, just playing out with my own like trading deficits that I know of, meaning the mistakes that I will most commonly make is essentially what's playing out here. So, and to give you some additional context, the reason I was looking at Palantir strongly today was because in last night's video, Palantir, I do let me get rid of these, sorry, because this is a disaster to look at. Every Monday, I do a video on Palantir, and so in last night's video, I had identified this this bullish divergence from this candlestick here that then closed lower the following day, but the MACD had continued to go up, and so to me that showed that it could be a really good option for a buy signal. It's at that point it was situated just above the 200 MA, so it was in a bullish trend, and that's called a bullish divergence because the idea there is that it's going to kick into a bullish trend. Now, I guess a couple of things to think about. So one is that it was already in a bullish formation on the histogram, and so that detracts some of the strength from the bullish divergence. The other thing is, the macro forces at play here. The markets are just getting beat up quite a bit today, and so we know that, historically speaking, these growth stocks have taken extra bad beatings when the market, specifically the NASDAQ, has been selling off. And so those things have sort of all come together to make for a pretty bad day. So I was in a really, really bad mood when I saw that this had happened, and I could have sold this off for like a 15% gain and instead had lost track of it. And then instead of just kind of accepting a 5% or 7% gain, I then let it ride and have put myself in this position, which again is my typical this is my worst habit with trading for sure. And even knowing that about myself, I absolutely let myself kind of fall into it. So now what I'm waiting on, essentially, we're 25 minutes from close, is to see what's happening. It's establishing over the 50 here. Could be a bullish crossover coming. It's struggling along the midline of the RSI, but could we get a run up toward the end of the day? Possibly. I'm trying to figure out if I want to close these, if I want to hold them. Essentially, the market value of these right now is $25. So do I want to bleed out another $25 and let them potentially expire worthless? No. If I sell them today, I'm going to use up my last day trade for the week. If I let it go through until tomorrow, I'm going to incur the theta decay plus anything, plus any sort of like downside from if Palantir goes down further. Right now, my theta decay is about $5 a day. So these are two contracts. And so just by sort of like letting these play out until tomorrow, they'll immediately be down by $10. Plus, they'll be down by any amount that Palantir doesn't move strongly toward this $25 strike price. Now that said, $25, like for Palantir to move $1, it wouldn't be that crazy of a like day or few days gains. So this is sort of like the rock and the hard place that I've put myself between at the moment. And so, I'm just kind of trying to see what to do toward the end of the day here. If we can get this bullish crossover, maybe we can make a run. It's probably not prudent to hold it overnight, and I'm not going to sell one and burn a day trade and then hold on to the other with the theta decay. So I'm either going to sell both or hold on to both. Now, in the meantime, should take a look at the other stocks that I've been looking at. So AMC, I've been thinking of grabbing AMC for an overnight because to me that's has been one of my good go-tos. That said, don't want to fall in love with a stock and just kind of keep playing it, but that has strong potential. CARA, which I had put in my newsletter, I'm wondering at some point this could be starting a run-up to a decision that it has. It's in the biopharma space, and it has a decision that's coming down from I think the FDA next week, and that could provide the potential for this running up on folks that are looking for good news to potentially play out. We see it's come down quite a bit recently, and even before that, look at the 3-month here. we see it's just sort of been like batting itself around, and it had this bit of a run up, and now it's peeled off. But like I said, it's coming up in just a week from today, I think, is that decision by the FDA, or it's next Monday, one or the other. But in any case, I would play this as a anticipatory run prior to that decision next week. AMC here is the other one to kind of consider, like I said. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen, but it at least gets me away from something like, Palantir has those options contracts certainly have the strong possibility to go to zero. And so, yeah, so this is just in real life, my worst trading habits kind of playing out. So I had batted around the idea of like, am I going to make, well, I didn't really bat around the idea of if I'm going to make this video today. I was just frustrated knowing what had happened and sort of thinking, I can't believe I have to go in and make this video. And then actually I was scrolling through YouTube just to put something on in the background, and I didn't watch the video, but just seeing her reminded me of her. But The Humbled Trader, I think is her name. I've only watched a few of her videos ever, but she does a really good job. She is a professional full-time trader. I, as you know, have a job, thankfully, because I have these bad habits that I'm still working on. And but the video that she had posted was talking about like her biggest losses. I think she was talking about the entire month of trading for her was a loss. And so she was very public about her losses. And I then recalled I had previously seen her talking about like big losses that she had taken from shorting some stocks that had gone up quite a bit. This is quite some time ago. But, she's very public about her or I guess very honest or upfront about her trading losses as well. So I thought, that's a good reminder that I shouldn't just come in here and be super ashamed to say, hey, I have this bad habit, which I've talked about before, and here's how it happened today. And I had a chance to kind of like nip it in the bud, and I didn't. But the other thing is, this is why I typically like to set up more swing trades and not so much day trades, because there's always the potential that work gets away from me and or I just get caught up in work. And when that happens, I have a tendency to lose track of watching trades, not being able to sit here and watch them forever. And so that happens as well. Remembering now, in my newsletter, I had also Flow, which had a bullish crossover on the daily that I was looking at. Let me see how this is playing out. This continues to go up quite strongly. And then I think PVG was the other one that had the crossover. Okay, so this continues to go up as well. So these could be potential opportunities for swing trades. This way I can try to get myself out of this hole that I've dug. Still doesn't solve the problem of what do I do with Palantir here. Well, it's continuing to bleed me dry at the moment. About 20 minutes before the close. Let's see if AMC has any good entry points coming up here. Not at the moment. About CARA, it's very low compared to what I usually look for, very low volume. Was their high today? Almost 13. Okay. Doesn't move a ton. Let's deal with Flow. Okay, they could come down a bit before close. PVG on the 1 minute is coming down at the moment, so it could be giving an entry. They've started to come down, though. I wonder if they're going to lose their momentum here from that bullish crossover. That's the question. Okay. Well, what I think I'll do at the moment as I look for entries and exits here is I will pause this video and then come back in when I'm ready to execute the trades for overnight. And in the meantime, I'll just kind of watch, see what's going on. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, folks, so we are back now just a few minutes before market close, and I'm still trying to come to some conclusions here. As we know, I have 63 bucks. It's just shy of what I would like to be able to do, I think, which is take one Mara and one AMC, but that's 67 bucks. So I can't do that. But I think Mara might be coming up here. And AMC still fighting a bit. I'm also thinking I may hold on to these Palantir and see what they do tomorrow. I mean, I know that's the theta decay will probably make me regret that move. You're really seeing me battle my own demons here. These are the demons that I have. I have a really hard time letting losses go, and it can cause me to do things that I would preach against for sure. But flow this feels so overextended at this point. I mean, it's reaching up into overboughts on the daily. PVG, on the other hand, it just doesn't feel as strong, but by that same token, then it's not stretching into overbought so quickly. The other thing is, if we think CARA could start to run any day now, that might be worth a go. It has this crossover on the 1 minute, sort of not doing much of anything on the daily. So my question at the moment is, do I want a Mara or do I want an AMC? Oh, jeez, so crazy. Now AMC has a crossover. Not that that necessarily means anything. And if I'm going off of setup, AMC at the moment is the better setup. So grab one of these. Let's see what that leaves me with. Check it on Palantir. I mean, the thing that I'm sort of wanting to play out here is if that bullish divergence is sort of going to play out, then that could come in strong. But like I said, market forces seem against us at the moment, plus the theta decay. And so those are my biggest worries. Okay, so I have 26. Do I want to put this in anything is the question. CARA, can you start your run up tomorrow is my question. And flow, how overextended are you? PVG, I don't have enough for you, Mara or Riot. Scroll by all those losers. CARA is the question for me at the moment. Could we start this run? All right, I think I'm going to grab 2 CARA. Yeah, I can just afford 2 CARA. And we'll see if it's going to start its run up or not. I mean, it may not have any run ups. There might not be a run up to start. But we'll just hope that if it goes against me, that it's not too much. Already down 2 pennies on that. Okay. Yeah, so I guess this was part of what this experiment was supposed to be, was just exposing. I thought, honestly, by exposing the trades this way that it would really help prevent me from giving in so easily to what I know are my worst habits. And today is proving to not be the case. It just, I'm sure you all have been there, but there's just such a psychological barrier around, like, I don't mind selling out too quickly, and I don't mind not getting the lowest price. But I have such an issue with knowing that I did have a winning trade. And like for me, at this juncture, this would have put me at probably like 114, 115 in the account. And then because I just lost track of it, it bled me throughout the day and could continue to bleed me into tomorrow. So we'll see. But I have such a horrendously hard time with that. And you're seeing that happen at the moment. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. But these are the challenges that I have. And if you want to share the challenges that you have in the comments, it might be a good camaraderie to just know that other people are willing to share their worst habits as traders as well. And, but if I'm out here on a limb by myself, then so be it. That said, we still have money in the account. We still have the capability to grow this. And if the humbled trader is any inspiration, then it's certainly this. It is the ability to be brave enough and not worry about people that'll come out for blood when they see that you don't just win on every trade and that you can even have a string of losses. But hopefully on the flip side of this, it makes the recovery and the victories that much sweeter. So I have to keep that in mind when things turn around. But yeah, I hope that you all had a better trading day than I did. I just spent most of the day being very frustrated, which then I also really don't like, because then that just makes me a frustrated person in my work and in my interactions with my family, because I have this rolling around in the back of my mind that, like, you idiot, you didn't just pay attention and watch this for 10 more minutes, and you could have locked in, because it all but hit my target, right? It was a penny off from my target. And the plan was solid. I do think that that's the case. I think the plan was solid and that the plan played out. The problem with not following the plan then is what you're seeing happen right now. So as much as we preach about have a plan, the other side of that is follow your plan. Okay. Well, I have to come back with sort of a revamped spirit tomorrow, hopefully, and just sort of see what the day brings and try to roll with the punches as best we can. But I know that's, unless Palantir has a big overnight tonight and pre-market tomorrow, I'm going to be strolling in down at least another $10 tomorrow. So this, I'm fully expecting to wake up and this be at least $80, if not something in the 70s. And that's just the way that options trading can go. I look at this as so frustrating to see right here. I see some of my biggest wins just sitting below here and thinking, yeah, when do we start to replicate that for all the world to see? So partially embarrassing, partially just frustrated with the outcome, and so it goes. All right, y'all. Well, I hope that you are having a nice trading week so far, and I hope that I can turn this around and we can get some good habits going and get some good cadence here so that we both have an enjoyable time. Maybe you're enjoying this. Who knows? All right. I will see you probably tomorrow in the next video.